Alright, shalom. I'm the brother Tassiyat, coming back with another video. But before I start off, I'd like to give all praises and highest honor to the Most High Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Abadash. I want to give double honor to my elder apostles, teachers of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the sincere Akia across this world, who are spreading knowledge and truth and sincerity. And shalom to the few sincere brothers and sisters out there who are also listening. May the election be for your households. Shalom. So as I went into the other day concerning the video of the breakdown of 1 Timothy chapter 4 verse, let me see, 1 Timothy chapter 4 verse, what is it, verse 3, where it says forbidding to marry. When people tell you that you cannot have, sex or sex before marriage and whatnot, that is nonsense. And I went into the word sex, which basically, when you go deeper into that word, it means, it goes to section, it means to cut. And when you go to the Atom Online website, basically to go deeper into the meaning of words, you type in this word, sex, then it's gonna show you what is what. So the noun of sex, noun meaning, a noun is a word other than a pronoun, used to identify any of a class of people, places, or things, common noun, or to name a particular one of these, proper noun. So the noun sex says here, late 14th centuries, males or females considered collective, from Latin sexus, a sex, state of being either male or female. Gender, a word of uncertain origin, says, commonly taken with seco as the fission or half of the race tucker, which would connect it to secare, to divide or cut. Then it says C-section. Okay? So when we click on the noun section, it says here section, the noun, late 14th century, sequium, in astronomy, the intersection of two straight lines, a division of a scale, from Old French, section, and directly from Latin, sectionem, nominative sectio, cutting off, division. What are you cutting? Okay, what are you cutting when you're having sex? You are cutting the female, basically that layer that you have to penetrate when a female loses her virginity. Okay, and that is then, of course, when she goes to bleed. And now, basically, you have had sex with her because you made a section, a division in her. So if I'm correct, it's called the hymen, of a female. I just looked it up. That layer, it says your hymen is a small thin piece of tissue at the opening of your vagina. It's formed by fragments of tissue left over from fetal development. The size, shape, and thickness of your hymen are unique to you and can change over time. So that hymen, if I'm correct, that is the layer which, when you break it, causes the female basically to bleed, and therefore she loses her virginity. Okay, so let me see here. It says a cutting off division, noun of action from past participle stem of secare, to cut, from pi root sec, to cut. So you're cutting it. Now, another thing these pastors, fake pastors, be saying. So before I go further with that, to make it clear, you can then only actually have sex once as a female. Okay, because once your virginity is taken away, when somebody has made a section in you, then it's basically pierced. The layer is pierced. So 1 second. So then after a while, if you go sleep again with your husband, it's not called sex anymore, but basically you could say it's called intercourse. And other than that, when people, these fake pastors be saying you cannot have you cannot have sex before marriage, that is nonsense. Okay, because when our forefather Isaac took Rebecca, she became his wife in the tent of his mother. How can you become somebody's wife in a tent? What do you think that they did in the tent for her to become his wife? Okay, let me read it here, man. Let me go here. Genesis chapter 24, verse 67. It says, and Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent, because Sarah, the mother of Isaac, she passed away, so he was very sorrowful. So he saw Rebecca, and basically Rebecca was looking, beautiful. And it says here, you know what? I can start a little bit higher. Let me start at verse 61. And Rebekah arose and the damsels, and they rode upon the camels, and followed the man. And the servant took Rebekah and went his way. And Isaac came from the way of the well Laharoi, for he dwelt in the south country. And Isaac went out to meditate in the field at the eventide. Meditate, thinking. And he lifted up his eyes, and saw, and behold, the camels were coming. And Rebekah lifted up her eyes, and when she saw Isaac, she lighted of the camel. For she had said unto the servant, what man is this that walketh in the field to meet us? And the servant had said, it is my master. Therefore she took a veil and covered herself. And the servant told Isaac all things that he had done. So I'm not sure where it says that he found her beautiful, but this story right here explains to you that Isaac and Rebekah were meeting. And Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent, and took Rebekah, and she became his wife. Wait a minute. He brought Rebekah in a tent, and she became his wife. So what do you think happened in the tent for her to become his wife? Where do you see that it says that he bought a ring for Rebekah, and that he went to the government to sign a deal and whatnot? It doesn't say it, man. They had, they slept together, and therefore she became his wife. Okay, it says, and he loved her, and Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. So it was a comfort for Isaac after his mother died to basically sleep with Rebekah. So this is just to show you, like, hey man, that whole marriage, these Christians, this Christianity is trying to force upon you, that is a lie, man. That is a lie. So with that, all was edifying, and I want to give all praises and the highest honor to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Makakadash. I want to give double honor to my elder apostles and teachers of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the sincere Akiyama across this world, who are spreading this knowledge in truth and in sincerity. And shalom to the few sincere brothers and sisters out there who are also listening. And may the election be for your households. Kan shalom.